now that the rain has stopped, some homeowners, business owners, and those in apartments are getting a better look at the aftermath of this historic flooding. FEMA assistance is available for those, but and also, what's next for people who have insurance? Well, Tina Washington, a local insurance agent here with Giles Insurance, is here this morning to kind of talk to us a little through some things. Miss Washington, thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
How's your family?
Everybody's doing well. We didn't have any water damage or any flood damage, so we're doing okay.
Oh, that's really good. Thank you so much for coming this morning, and of course, you know, braving the conditions out there, but we're glad that you're safe. First off, a lot of people now in recovery mode. What do people need to do when it comes to putting in a claim, or before they put in a claim? What should they do?
What I always suggest is to call your insurance agent, tell them what type of damage you have, and talk with them. They usually can advise you and let you know whether this is a flood insurance claim, and if you have a flood insurance policy, then they would, you know, ask you to call in a claim or give you the information to get the claim started. If it's not something that's covered, then your agent would tell you that, you know, you do not have the specific coverage for this loss, and you know, we advise not to file the claim, because, you know, we know you're not going to get paid, and we always want, you know, you to always get your paid on your claim. So
absolutely.
Call your agent first.
There are so many different insurances out there. We hear, let's start off with homeowners insurance. Does homeowners insurance cover flood?
It does not. The only time home insurance covers flood or water damage is if, say, you have a sudden and accidental loss, such as a pipe bursting in your home and it's causing your living room or kitchen to flood.
Okay, right.
That type of damage would be covered on a home insurance policy. The type of flood that we had recently with water rising, that's the key word, from rain, you know, creeks and things like that, that would be covered on a flood insurance policy.
So that's a separate.
Exactly, it's a separate insurance policy.
Okay.
And, you know, if you're not in a high-risk flood zone, most people will not voluntarily get a flood insurance policy. So unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there who do not have flood coverage.
Well, wow. You mentioned, you talked about the homeowners insurance. You said there's something like a pipe that bursts or so. So typically, this would definitely not cover any rising water. How about if some folks with the damage to the winds? What if a window was knocked off or a portion of the roof and water came from the roof? Is that covered?
That is covered on a traditional home insurance policy.
Okay.
Usually if you have damage coming in from above, it's sudden and accidental. You know, if you have shingles blown away or, God forbid, a tree hits the roof and causes rain to come in, then that water damage would be covered on a traditional home insurance policy.
Oh, okay, okay. So right now what folks really need to look at is the difference between their homeowners and the flooding. And like you mentioned, some of the areas here, I don't think many people thought that, you know, we'd be getting this.
Exactly.
Oh, wow,
exactly.
okay. So, you know, Tina's going to be with us again, folks. She's going to come back in about 25 minutes, and she's going to be answering some more of our questions. We do have some other things to talk about as well. So make sure. We did have Tina Washington, who was with us, an insurance agent with Giles Insurance, kind of giving us an overview of what folks need to look out for, especially now that we're assessing all the damage and the aftermath of this historic flooding. So we'll know exactly how to better keep ourselves financially safe and sound. All right, Miss Tina, let's get to it right now. Scamming. Right now, folks are starting to see contractors and people come in, oh, I can help out. If I'm a homeowner or a business owner and I have damage, what do I need to know when Mr. Bob comes and tells me he can help me out?
Well, there's nothing wrong with checking contractors out. You can check with the, you know, the LLR, the license, the labor and license and regulations. You can also do some research with the Better Business Bureau. Okay. You can ask them. It's reasonable to ask them if they are insured, you know, licensed, bonded, that type of thing. Gotcha. You can make sure that, that they're doing what they're supposed to do. And before you make a decision on a contractor, you can always ask your friends or neighbors, ask for references. You can even ask your agent if they know of someone in the area locally who can help you.
So if someone comes in and is like, oh, well, you could see my license later. Red flag?
Red flag. That's a red flag, yeah.
If I live in an apartment complex, I know many people do live in apartment complexes. They may have renters insurance. If I live in an apartment complex and I have renter's insurance, am I liable for what happens inside because of the floodwaters?
You're not. You're not liable about what happens inside, although you will not be able to recoup the the cost or the replacement of your contents if you do not have a flood insurance policy. Renters, you know, business owners can get a flood insurance policy for just their contents if they're renting the building.
Oh, okay. That's really good. You know, speaking about flooding, let's recap. You know, about 20 minutes ago we talked about it. Does my homeowner's policy cover flooding? And if not, is there a separate policy?
Your homeowner's policy does not cover flooding. The key definition to flooding is the rising or overflowing of water, which is normally dry.
Okay.
So if water is rising or coming into your home, you know, from rain or creek or something like that, then that is a flood insurance policy that's separate. A home insurance policy would cover water damage if your you know, living room or kitchen is flooded from a pipe bursting or something like that.
A refrigerator gone bad or something.
Exactly. Then if your home is flooded in that manner, then your home insurance policy will cover that.
Wow, so a lot of people this morning, some good information here. And